I hope you guys are really noticing what you're about to watch. I think somewhere in the middle of this year, they were talking about, this is, maybe even at the beginning of the year, they were talking about possibly allocating maybe 1 to 5% of your portfolio, your retirement portfolio, maybe your investment portfolio into crypto. Just dabble in it, play with it. That's what advisors are going to be recommending. That's how they started. And then I started hearing this 10% idea, maybe a month or two ago. Now this guy on what is that, CNBC? What is that? Let's see what network it is. Yeah, it's CNBC. Yeah. This is Tom Lee, I think, yeah. And he's now talking about as much as 20%. Clarity Act is on its way. ISO 20022 mandatory this month. QE coming into play, quantitative easing. Interest rates going down. Liquidity starting to hit the market. And now it's 20% from the summer, or from spring of this year to now. It went from 1 to 5% all the way down to 20%. Yeah, they don't want to look like they don't know what they're doing. They don't want to look like they missed the boat, or they weren't as smart as they want you to think they are. So they don't want to be told, oh, well, you didn't say anything. How, you didn't know. No, I said something. Yeah, when? Way at the back end. The opportunity to buy into these coins when they were cheaper was months ago, right? Or maybe just a month or two ago, or a couple of weeks ago, or last year when XRP was just 50 cents. Last year, they weren't even mentioning in any allocation into crypto because there was no Clarity Act. Why? We had that corrupt presidency, that phony president. We still had the lawsuit sort of like not completely squared away last year. So there was still a lot up in the air, and the legacy systems were still fighting to maintain control. But that's over with now. Things have changed, and see how quickly they change their story. Now, this guy right here is a Bitcoin maxi. He's right about the allocation part. He's right that now advisors are going to recommend a lot of this. Why? Because they can make money on crypto too now. And now there's going to be instruments like these ETFs where regular investors, some of the boomers, for example, and maybe even my generation, they're just more familiar with ETFs. These are market instruments. They can go down to Schwab and Fidelity and Vanguard and Merrill and wherever they want to go, right? Wherever they buy their securities, and they can go buy through there. That makes sense. And the advisor there, the representative there, they're going to make a commission on these deals now. So now it's like, hey guys, this is great. Now crypto is great. Now that I can put a few dollars in my pocket, now it's great. Now it makes sense. Now I can make the connection in my mind. This stuff was obvious years ago, folks. And it's obvious, not just because Ripple's doing something, or through their XRP and XRP Ledger, they're building this technological idea, not just because of that, but because of all the developments and partnerships and NDAs and all the things that are going on around them, other governments creating legislation all through these years. Places like the Bank of International Settlement, the IMF, other large financial settlement like financial institutions, like Deutsche Bank or Western Union or MoneyGram or Tranglo or SBI over in Japan or the Bank of England. All these places have been working with XRP Ripple and many other blockchains, but mostly XRP Ripple. It's been obvious for so long. But now that they can make a few bucks, now they're going to chime in and look like, oh, see, well, if you want to know what's what, you can come to me. I'm the oracle of information here. No, they're not. You need to be your own oracle of information. You need to see everything, not just what's coming out of his mouth now. I mean, if you were to hear him just a few months ago, he wasn't talking like this, even him. But he's right. The allocations are going to be greater and greater. I know people who have 100% in there, and man, they are making money hand over fist. I will warn you, though, it is still speculative. There is still risk even after the Clarity Act comes in. Just like any other stock you would buy, there is risk. So understand that, please. And make your decisions. Get with your financial advisor or be your own financial advisor and listen to what's going on around you. Make up your own mind. Because this is, in my opinion, the greatest opportunity in my lifetime, for sure. And probably for a very long time prior to my lifetime. So check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. We'll see you guys on the next one. Watch the video. Till next time. Adios, amigos.
Well, in 2017, when we first wrote about Bitcoin, we recommended 1 to 2% into crypto. That has been 100x for our clients. Today, we're saying if you're starting, 5 to 10% is appropriate for the median investor. If someone's younger and they can let time work in their favor, then 20% or more makes sense. That's consistent with the BlackRock mathematical calculations.
BlackRock.
And again, I think there's still a lot of upside. Just keep in mind, Wall Street is running into the blockchain.